morning. Today is our last Wednesday in Iowa before we leave for Spain. And I'm very excited because it's also the first day of fall, and fall is my favorite season. And when we're in Spain, Caleb and I are not going to have the stereotypical fall we've been having. So we wanted to make sure we at least got one stereotypical fall day in us before we leave. So, Caleb, do you want to say what we're doing?
Yeah, so today we're going to an apple orchard, like this really big, sort of famous in the Des Moines area apple orchard called Center Grove. It's just about halfway between Des Moines and Ames, and it's really cool. They have a huge corn maze and a pumpkin patch and a bunch of apples, and it's a great place.
Yeah, we're so excited, and while we are there, we're going to bring the camera along so that we can do kind of an introduction video for our YouTube channel, talk a little bit about who we are.
There's Alice. You just hold it through the hold it through the thing. Alice. Alice.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Poor Alice.
Yeah, I was like, no wonder she hasn't been fed. Like,
Everybody else, yeah, she is. She's so shy.
Alice, baby.
Yeah. You know, Georgia.
She kind of looks like Luna. Yes, baby. Good job, Georgia. Ah, this makes me nervous. This makes me nervous.
Well, you're having a party.
I don't like when a lot of animals are together. Good job, Georgia. I like Georgia. She has loony colors and like the diluted calico. Just like our loony. No. Oh my gosh. Do you think they have teeth? Like, do you think they would like bite?
They do have teeth, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You know?
No.
I feel like these ones are kind of pretty. Like the marbling on this one, now it's all black.
If you don't know this about me, I really, really don't like birds. I think they're so scary. I understand why dinosaurs come from birds. I think they're equally scary, if not more. I'm just kidding. That was dramatic.
You especially don't like flightless
like
birds.
Chickens and...
Yeah, chickens and ostriches and things like that.
I don't like them. I don't like the sound they make with their, wings or their feet. I don't like them. And I don't like being close to them. So I'm doing this for Caleb.
I think they're pretty cool.
Okay, so we found this little, I'll show you, place that's kind of Alice in Wonderland theme. And so we wanted to take a little break so that we can introduce ourselves in our vlog. So, do you want to start?
I'm Caleb. I think you already know that.
Yes.
I just finished my PhD in mathematics at Iowa State, and specifically I study logic. And really I look a lot at the intersections between mathematics and philosophy, through logic or formal language theory or metaphysics. And so I'm hoping to do a second PhD in philosophy after our trip to Spain. I like hiking. I like board games and card games and video games.
You like
I like
me?
to sing. I like Siania, of course. I like to sing. I used to be in theater. Like I used to act a lot. I have a twin brother. He lives in Colorado. He also did a PhD in mathematics.
Identical twins.
Yep.
Brother
I have an older brother. He's a physical therapist. I grew up in Fargo, North Dakota. But I really almost considered myself more Minnesotan because I used to like a lot of my family's in Minnesota, and I used to travel in Minnesota a lot for like vacations and things like that. So, yeah.
Okay, so I'm Siania, but a lot of my friends call me Z. And I am a teacher. This year, of course, I'm taking a year off, kind of, because I'm still going to be teaching, but I usually teach middle school and high school Spanish, but I could also teach French. And I've only taught for 1 year, and now we're going to go off and teach elementary, so we'll see how that goes. I loved being a teacher. It really is my calling. And I love my cat Luna, I love my family and my friends, and I love being outside. I'm so excited to live in a place next year where we can be outside a lot, because sometimes I get sad in Iowa because it gets cold and I have to stay inside. I'm not a homebody. I love adventuring and being around other people. So yeah. Caleb's going to go through this magical tunnel. Okay. All right, the time tunnel. Okay. You can do it. It's a workout.
Come on, babe, you can do it. Almost there. You got it. Gotta want it. Put in the work.
Good work. You are the king of the corn. Okay, so we're gonna take another break now that we're here in the pool, and we wanted to talk about our hopes for Spain, our fears for Spain, why we're doing it. So we're gonna start with the why. The reason why we're moving to Spain for a year is because when I studied abroad, I spent a week in Spain and I fell in love with it, and I promised myself that one day I would go live in Seville, specifically in Seville. And now it's coming true. Thankfully, Caleb loves that dream of mine and chose to support it, and he was in it with me, and so he made it. He was a huge part of making it happen. I mean, you took care of all the logistics. Like, I had a dream and you made it happen.
The paperwork was intense.
Very intense.
Lots of paperwork. Like a lot of paperwork. But
Yeah,
we
it
got through
takes
We got our visas,
work.
so we're ready to go.
Yeah, so, and also when we decided to get married, you know, we are going to be raising Hispanic American kids, and so Caleb's definitely still working on his Spanish, and we thought that going to Spain would really be a boost for his Spanish, so that way one day when we have kids we can raise them fully bilingual. That's our goal. So that's also part of the reason why we want to do this, and now's the perfect time for us to do it. We don't have kids, we don't own a house. Well, you kind of did, but we sold it. We don't even have a car. We have our cat.
Sold that too.
We sold that too. We have our cat Luna, but my parents thankfully were willing to keep her for the year because that's just better for her. So now's the perfect time. Okay, so what are your biggest hopes for Spain?
I hope that we get to try a lot of super, super good Spanish food. and that I can learn how to cook some of it, and that we get to try a lot of really, really good Spanish wine, and that I learn Spanish really well and become comfortable with it, and that we get to like meet a lot of new people from all around the world, and go to like cool places, see cool things.
Yeah, I hope that we find a lot of friends there and meet with the ones we already have, and then I also hope that we find kind of like hidden treasures, or have random adventures that we weren't planning or like expecting. I hope that happens, and I hope that you feel a lot more confident with your Spanish by the end of it.
Right, me too.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about our fears and worries for Spain this year. So, do you want to start? What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is that we're not going to find an apartment quickly and like in a good time. Because like if it takes like 2 months to find an apartment, that's going to make it even harder, because then we're only going to be looking for like a 6-month lease. And then like
people don't do that a lot.
Fewer people will want to like give us a lease. So I'm just worried that it's going to be like this cycle of not being able to find a place.
Yes.
And then like kind of being stuck living in random Airbnbs for a long time. So I really hope that that's not the case.
We were hoping to rent somewhere only for the school year, but the more we look at it, the more we realize that people only want to rent for a full year. So that's been kind of hard.
So that'll be a little more expensive too, which isn't ideal. But
for me, my fear is that you feel a little bit too overwhelmed with the language at the beginning, just because like that's such a normal thing to experience, and I just hope it's not too bad.
I mean, I'm sure I will feel a little overwhelmed, but I will get through it and it'll be good. It'll be fine.
And then Caleb will come back being like, hola, ¿cómo estáis? 2, 3. We did the kitty maze separately as a competition, and I just won because I don't see Caleb around anywhere, so I'm so excited. It was Caleb's twin brother Evan who told me that I should always take a right in a maze, and then I would get to the end. Look at that loser. Loser's taking L. We also wanted to share what our hopes are for our first year of marriage when we're in Spain. So Caleb and I didn't live together before getting married, so I'm really hoping that we learn how to be roommates and like get along, since we are going to be spending so much time together. Yeah, and like I think, well, yeah. What about you?
I just hope that we like continue learning together and changing together and growing together, you know, with a bunch of new experiences. Yeah, this year we're gonna grow quite a bit. And I hope we find our roles, because we already have our roles in the relationship, but I think the roles are gonna be different in a marriage. So that'll be good.
me the inside. Can you see the inside yet? Ah, yes. That's it for the orchard. Thank you so much for coming with us. If you did like our video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, bye. I know, we could swim in corn. If they tell you all there is in Iowa is corn, it's true.
That's it.
Okay, practice being an elementary school teacher. In Spanish, of course.
Niños. ¿Cómo se dice cita?
Siéntense.
Siéntense.
Muy bien. That was good.